Guys, we're going live. This is like, like we're fancy. All right. What's that mean? Okay. Hi, everyone. So first of all, thank you guys for coming. Tonight's shiur is a different kind of a shiur. As you remember, we said in the previous classes that we're going to break down our learning into two parts. Even when we're doing the Parashat Shavua, we're going to learn like the knowledge of the parsha and the message, and then the story behind it and how we can make it into our life, how we can implicate it into our life. So there's Hachaim and it's a dat. And we always think, oh, it's a dat, it's no good. No, you need the dat. There's something called dat. And then there's, what do you need all that dat for if you're not going to live it? And then there's all that life, and if you don't have dat, so there is a balance. So that's part one. So today's shiur is just me giving a shiur about today's shiur, today's class, and when I said making the Torah into life, it's also when you make something into life, we have to use our body. And what happens, unfortunately, not just in Judaism, in religions, people, we grow up, and then we're like, okay, we have to be spiritual, we have to be religious, and we can't like always listen to our body's desires, and we start neglecting our body. And then we have a lot of kids. If you're really religious, you have a lot of kids, and we don't have the nursing maids like they did back in the ancient days. We actually have to also work and support, which is amazing for the human body, very logical. And I say that very sarcastically. And I'm a mother of 8, and Baruch Hashem, so I've done it, been there, and so I can say that as a woman, it is practically, it's impossible to be so many things in one human body. But then they always teach us like neshama, the soul, the tefillah, the prayer, and the dad. But don't be the dad, be the life. And now we're here, fast forward many, many, many years later, where there's a lot of more awareness because of things going on and the internet and knowledge about the body and breathing and meditation. Back when I was younger, no one went to yoga. Only the people like in India did yoga. It was like weird. We thought it was like a avodah zarah, like growing up, like I'm ancient. It was like weird, even like their food or whatever it was. And today it's like the little kids are like good vibes only. Like, did you meditate today? Like, wow, what's going on? So today's Torah class is working with our body, learning Torah, going to shul, lighting candles, praying, putting on stockings, the sheitel, the tichel. It's all kodesh kodeshim. Exercising, breathing, taking long showers, taking your time putting makeup on, doing face yoga, doing dancing is the same level, kodesh kodeshim, like going to shul and finishing Sefer Tehillim. Of course, there's a balance for everything. Like if you're going to become a yoga maniac and a gym maniac to be the most gorgeous, then okay, we have a little bit of you could also become a learning freak and just want to know the Gemara. Just so I could say I learned the whole Gemara. Like I said, thank you very much. But what do you need all that knowledge if you're not going to use it for life? So today in my house we have a very special workshop. I'm like, because I'm speaking to the camera too, so it's like back and forth. We have this amazing lady that walked into my shiur a few weeks ago, and it was like goo goo gaga right away. And I said, like, I've been dreaming for so long now to develop eventually a center. And one of the things that I know that I neglected in my life, regardless of the amount of children I had or whatever it was, like I never really paid attention to my body like the way like I would, like now that I'm understanding, oh man, it's a Torah. Like treat like you would see tefillin on the floor, you pick it up like even like you have like a avah for it, like you'll hug a Sefer Torah. Like you're no different. My body is no different than a Sefer Torah. We're the embodiment. We're the embodiment of
Hashem resides in your body.
First of all, we have children, like we can have children, like we're Kodesh, we're a walking, talking, holy being of like a Sefer Torah. Now the Sefer Torah gets in Aron Kodesh. It's like a car, a Jaguar in the garage. You don't just leave it out like that. Like we're more than the Jaguars. And it's really like, we didn't know. Our parents came from the old country, and like, it was like spoiled to go to the gym. You were spoiled if you went to the gym. At least from the place where I grew up from, it's like, who goes to the gym? You have to like work hard. They didn't have that concept. They didn't understand going to the gym is gam avodat kodesh. Again, it could be abused. So with that, I decided to bring Chai here. And one of the things she said is that we're gonna have to work with our bones. Bones in Hebrew is atzamot. We usually never work with our bones. It was so interesting she said that, because one of the things I wanted to talk about was our bones. Our bones, just mine, because it hurts all the time, that's why. And because I suffer from chronic pain, and I know it's emotional because it travels. Yes, wow. I do have places where I banged my knee, so my knee will hurt, but my pain travels. So I know it's emotional, and I know it's like a lot, whatever, but it's for me, it's real, it's a trauma. And she was saying how we have to work with our bones in order to release something in our lungs. That's the only place we have a bchira. Because we're powerless. Hashem decides really, we're like little puppets sometimes. Like we do things. The only thing we have control over when we feel out of control is to stop and breathe. And we don't know how to do that. I know I don't know how to do that. And we hold it all in. So by exercising or by dancing and doing movement, she was explaining what happens to our body. Then you can pray better, cook easier, you're nicer to your children, you're more pleasant to your husband, and things just work. Why? Because you actually dedicated, like you would dedicate for your best friend. For them, you would go out of the way, but we don't know how to. So it's like, how do you do self-love? This is self-love. And to say, I don't know how to do self-love, teach me. I till this day, I'm like, so I was like, this is one of the things that we're missing as women, especially religious women. Even if we had the awareness, we didn't have the time. When the babies are young, but if we start young, then she can already, the young mother can already do that with her kids, because it's an awareness, and she can start dancing, and you breathe better, you smell better, you look better, you sound better. When I say you smell better, it's not literally just body odor, it's you're pleasant, you're a pleasure. Like when you come into a room, you smell better, because your nerves are calmer.
Vibe is better.
Good vibes only. And so Rabbi Nachman talks a lot about taking care of the body. So it's also an avodah, just like we learn and just like we daven and it is important that we pay attention to our bodies and show our children and be an example. And not to be afraid to say, I don't know. I don't know, and that's why I was like, I need Chaya here. I was sick many, many years ago, and I couldn't move out of bed, and I'm a hyperactive person. I was never a dancer, but in my imagination, one day when the kids grow up, I'll be a dancer. And I'll never forget, I would lay in bed and I would just visualize myself always dancing. There was one song, and when I got up, I was able to do that dance. And it was but it was work. And I remember I said, please Hashem, God willing, when I heal, I want to develop a program where I also I want to learn how to use my body and be in touch with it, with spirituality and connect, because everything is Torah. Everything is Torah. Hashem, our bodies, our lung is a Torah, our different body parts, and there's parts that we don't discuss in Jewish education and yeshiva world, and Chai is here to educate us. It's one of the things that is missing in the culture of us orthodoxies, Hasidishes, whatever we're called is. But I'm not putting it down. It's there's so much that we know that other people don't know, and there's other things that they know that we don't know, and there's no shame in admitting it. And I think it is important to even admit, wow, okay, I'm excited. I never knew that existed. Wow, I could feel better just by doing 3, 2, 1. Great, I'll be actually a calmer person. And then if I'm calmer, I could think better. Maybe I'll actually be a pleasure to myself. I mean, I am, but you can always improve. And we're Tselem Elokim. Tselem is atzamot. If we really, really, really love Hashem and honor Him and believe in Him, you have to understand, me, all of us, the Balatanya said, "Anachnu nitzot Elokim," we have a spark of Hashem in us.
Yep.
And he has a spark of us in him. So he's like a humankind for a second, and we're godliness for a second, and we have to honor it like you would honor a diamond ring, the Jaguar, the Gucci, the Prada, the Sefer Torah. That's us. And I'm so excited that in my home we're able to do this body work for the soul and all of it. And it's also important because we're talking about the bones, how we neglect the bottom of our feet, the soles of our feet. And I know that the way you guys dance with the tribal, they're always barefoot. There's something very important to show up to a place barefoot. It's almost like I'm free. My locks are open. I can be me. And it's important for your feet to touch the ground and get a little dirty because germs are good for you. But it's not about the germs. It's about the movement. It's about letting the earth come into your spirit. And it's so amazing. And I'm so excited to be able to do this from, like, all the way from old ancestry dancing that we used to do as healing. And this is probably the way the Bnei Israel left Mitzrayim, dancing in the waters. And we lost that tradition. Just like we lost the tradition of the way we used to sing, we lost the tradition of the way we used to dance. And I am more than excited and honored to have this opening night. It might be like a small group, and it's not about the numbers, it's about the attention and the purpose. And by us doing it here, it's just eventually, it's a ripple effect for the awareness, for people to understand, recognize, respect, and honor, and to be open to start doing such things, not just indoors. We're gonna go outdoors. There's a gorgeous boardwalk overlooking the entire Mount Zion. Once we get our act together, we're gonna do like that whole Jerusalem thing in front of Jerusalem, mountain hills, and we're giving the place life. We're not just getting life, we're giving this place life. Not just my home, but this entire mountain, this entire block. We're gonna shake it down, we're gonna bring it life. It hasn't felt and smelt and heard and tasted music and dancing like this since like 5,000 years ago. So thank you, Chaya, for joining us, and all the ladies. There we want Chaya in the house. Show Chaya in the house. She's the dancing queen of the century, and we're gonna go and we're gonna heal, and we're gonna dance, and we're gonna get in touch with our bodies, which means we're getting in touch with part of Hashem, the feminine side of Hashem. And that's what this world needs, because there's way too much masculine energy, and Mashiach needs to come. And this is how we're gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up for the next time
to that.
on the beach.